so the last thing we want to do is shut it down. But a lot of good can come then from shutdowns. We can get rid of a lot of things that we didn't want, and they'd be Democrat things. Well, the Democrats want to shut it down, and so when you shut it down, you have to do layoffs. So we'd be laying off a lot of people that are going to be very affected.
Democrats do not want to shut down. We stand ready to work with Republicans to find a bipartisan compromise.
We are only hours away from a government shutdown.
Six years ago, we had a government shutdown. And does anyone want to take a wild guess who was president then when we had a government shutdown? I'll give you a minute to think about it. If you said Trump, you are right. His first presidency, he had a government shutdown that went on from December 22nd, 2018 until January 25th, 2019. That shutdown went on for 35 days, the longest in any government shutdown. And also, if anyone recall, he did an interview back in 2011 with Meredith on the Today Show. He said himself, if the government shuts down, it's a negative mark on the president. So who's responsible for this shutdown? It will be him because he can't lead correctly. So yeah, I feel sorry that, federal workers are without their pay. But again, it's Trump's fault. He's the reason for this shutdown. And I don't want any MAGA folks getting in my comments talking crazy because y'all have been doing that lately and I don't want to hear it. He is the reason why this government is shut down once again.
We have some major news right now. Donald Trump is saying that a lot of good things can come from a government shutdown because he can cut what Democrats don't want him to cut. He made these remarks in the Oval Office, but folks, here's the thing. Donald Trump has pledged to fire thousands of federal employees, not furlough, fire them as soon as tonight at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, will that hold up in court? That's anyone's guess. Probably not. The shutdown doesn't give them any new legal authority to go ahead and fire federal employees, but they're going to try. And at the same time, a lot of people are about to go forced to work without pay. National Guard members that Donald Trump sent to various cities, including Portland, they're going to be working without pay. And while the Trump administration is going to try to make major cuts to a number of programs throughout the federal government, or at least try to not bring it back, how long this government shutdown is going to last, based on all intents and purposes, could last several weeks. That could be a lot of problems for the American people. We'll see what happens next, but Trump, he is emboldened and he doesn't seem like he cares that the government's about to shut down. Follow along.
President Donald Trump just comes out swinging, says the Democrats can't be this stupid. They must have shut down the government on purpose because he believes they actually care about the country. Because what you gotta understand is that shutting down the country gives Donald Trump an unprecedented opportunity to pick and choose which Democratic departments that he wants to shut down. This literally gives Donald Trump free will to fire anybody he wants legally, which means the career of his adversaries are at the very will now of Donald J. Trump. I mean, you cannot make this up. Our president is an opportunist. He will take the opportunity to get rid of anybody who he thinks doesn't have the best interest of the American people or the United States of America. Here, hold on. You got to listen to this. Let me read this to you real quickly. As Donald Trump comes out and says, he has warned the administration could make irreversible changes to the federal workplace, most notably through a new wave of fresh layoffs. He has underscored that he and his allies did not want the government to shut down, but that it opened the door for some good that could come from it. Meaning that the untouchable just came the touchable, and anybody that this president doesn't think who's got the best interest of the American people will lose their jobs, will lose their careers, they will be fired. Now, Chuck Schumer, look, outside of politics, I know that you and Donald Trump are friends. And I gotta be honest with you, we actually kind of like you, but you're being a sissy about this. And you're being a scaredy cat. And you're being afraid, and you don't want to step up to people like the weak AOC? She's pathetic. She's an ex-bartender. How she was able to squirm her way up to the top. I don't know, maybe she got advice from Kamala Harris. But either way, Chuck, you've got a chance to do good. You have a chance to do right by the American people. Just say no to the trillions of dollars that they're trying to steal from the country and support the illegal immigrants and get the money back in the hands of the American people.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, please to be here, do not forget to subscribe, share, like, and also drop your comment in the comment sections. Yes, in times of crisis, leaders review not just their strategies but their philosophies. Today, Donald Trump calls the government shutdown an opportunity, a word that echoes louder than it seems as the White House wades through deepening gridlock. But what kind of opportunity is born from national paralysis, and what does this moment say about the future of American power and politics? Credit belongs to the rightful owner of the stitches I'll be putting up here, and stay with me. I'll be right back. Don't change the dial.
Democrats shut down the government, giving more power to the one man they didn't want to have more power, President Donald Trump. And he is more than ready, willing, and able to take that power and make some serious changes to the federal government. Listen to this.
We're doing well as a country, so the last thing we want to do is shut it down. But a lot of good can come down from shutdowns. We can get rid of a lot of things that we didn't want, and they'd be Democrat things, but they want open borders. They want men playing in women's sports. They want transgender for everybody. They never stop. They don't learn. We won an election in a landslide. They just don't learn. So we have no choice. I have to do that for the country.
Ironically, by shutting down the government, the Democrats have hurt some of their favorite programs, stuff like FEMA and WIC and the CDC, while allowing Donald Trump to take a hatchet to all of the programs that he doesn't like. Also, bad news for Antifa and illegal aliens. ICE is still fully funded during the government shutdown. They were fully funded in Donald Trump's one big beautiful bill. So even though the government is shut down, ICE agents will still be prowling around your major cities looking to deport illegal criminals.
The shockwaves from the shutdown are already being felt. Yesterday, we got notice that 750,000 federal employees are now being furloughed across a number of departments. And President Trump, of course, said yesterday that he has the power to do things that are irreversible, including not just cutting jobs, but programs.
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like.
Of Commerce also warned lawmakers that the economy is set to take a hit. During the partial government shutdown in 2018-2019, businesses lost about $11 billion. About $3 billion of that was never recovered, and that is according to the Congressional Budget Office numbers the chamber cited. And remember, this time we have a full government shutdown. It's not partial like the last time. CBO also put out a letter yesterday warning that if a government shutdown persisted for several weeks, some private sector entities are never going to recover all of the income they lost as a result of the suspension of federal activity, of course, referring to contractors, businesses that the government buys and purchases things and services from.
Hi, Trump calls shutdown opportunities as White House faces deepening gridlock, chaos, and strategy. And when did shutdown become a plan? When most people hear about shutdown, they think about government failure, stock agencies, frozen services, and a nation put on pause. But Donald Trump hears something else and sees something else. He sees opportunity. He has opportunity. This isn't just political spine. Is a knock into worldview, turning the system against itself and calling shutdown opportunity conflicts the narrative. Instead of owning the dysfunction function. He now recognizes it using gridlock, and not just as an obstacle, but as a hammer to smash what he sees as a bloated system. Now, Trump is not trying to fix the machine, he's trying to prove that the machine doesn't work. And then he's viewing it in his own image. Now, the act of this kind of disrupt, this is classic Trump. Break the rules, look at the fallouts, call strategies that he sees that is a mess. He feels that the mess controls the story, and in his mess, he passes his message in my own word. But here is the catch. Calling dysfunction opportunity sounds powerful, but it also begs a question. Now, look at it. Opportunity for who? That's a very big question. Who is this opportunity for? Is it for the everyday worker that's not getting paid? Is it for the family who is losing access to to services? Or is it for the politicians who thrives when institutions crumbles? Well, on my own final thoughts on this, when a leader sees shutdown as an opportunity, he's not just playing a game. He's betting that if the system burns, his followers will also cheer louder than the alarms. You can drop your comments in the comment section. I want to get your opinion, your comments in the comment section, and your view on this very matter on ground, calling a shutdown an opportunity. And I want to say a very big thank you for watching. Thank you for the opportunity. And don't forget to always tune into my own channel. Subscribe, like, share, and drop your comments in the comment section. Bye for now.